Richard is 86 and destitute, even though he worked and saved for his retirement all his life.
I sold my house, invested the money, and that was it. I got nothing now.
Just imagine what it must be like to work hard all your life and then face desperate poverty in your twilight years. Richard is just one of thousands of elderly Zimbabweans who have been robbed of their right to grow old with dignity. Zimbabwe has suffered political turmoil for over a decade. Total mismanagement of the economy caused hyperinflation and led to the collapse of the Zimbabwean dollar, which has left savings and pensions utterly worthless. Now the US dollar has become Zimbabwe's currency, and once again there's food to buy, as long as you have dollars. But the frail elderly have no dollars. Without charity, they would starve and die.
Things are getting more desperate every day, and we do know that it's not going to improve in any way.
That's where Homes in Zimbabwe, or HIS, a UK-registered charity, steps in. Since 2004, HIS has been a lifesaver to over 2,000 elderly people of all races in Zimbabwe.
And you know, we would have been a lot worse off if it wasn't for the help that has come to us.
The charity provides food to 28 residential homes. It also supports a soup kitchen and an organisation called SOAP, which stands for Save Our Aged People, and is a network of volunteers who deliver food parcels to elderly people struggling to survive in their own homes.
It's always a pleasure when I know they are here, when I hear the hooter, especially when Dave used to come, we hear the hooter, and we were off down the stairs to go and fetch our parcel, which is, as I say, an absolute godsend to us.
Do it then, otherwise we'll have...
Without the support of Homes in Zimbabwe, many of them would face starvation. The Verity Am Soup Kitchen in Bulawayo is run by a group of dedicated volunteers who cook meals for up to 85 destitute elderly people. It's a place to eat and to socialise.
They look after us very well. I've been coming here for about 4 years now. I would say I'm very happy with the treatment we get here. And the food they give us here is plentiful. It's very satisfying.
Homes in Zimbabwe supplies vegetables, fruit, eggs and dried food. It costs just £8 to feed one person for a whole month. But there's such a desperate need that demand always outstrips supply.
There's no pensions coming in for them anymore, and this is where the kitchen actually plays a major role in their lives. And there's nobody to turn to, there's no bank balance anymore. There's no pension coming in, so the only thing is the soup kitchen. $10 here and $5 there eventually pays for a plate of food for 1 or 2 people to survive, eh?
We're very being grateful for what we are doing. Thanks very, very much.
We really do appreciate it from it. The times are hard, you know, all over.
It's not easy today. So what is given is appreciated very much.
Bulawayo is Zimbabwe's second city. Many frail elderly people can't afford to pay their bills or buy food. The property market has collapsed, leaving them stranded in houses they can't sell.
To go shopping, it's almost impossible. For a healthy man to go to the shops would take him an hour to walk there. For me to go there, I don't know how long it would take. It would take the best part of a day there and back, if I had the money.
Olive and Bill always looked forward to a time when he would retire from his job as a railway engineer. But just when they needed to rely on their savings and pension, they lost everything. Now they can't pay their bills, and they're completely cut off from the outside world.
I wouldn't like to have to beg for the aid from anyone, which of course I will eventually have to do, I know.
Here you guys go.
The one thing that keeps Olive and Bill going is the knowledge that once a month, Soap will deliver a food parcel on their doorstep, paid for by Homes in Zimbabwe.
You have to be careful.
If it doesn't arrive, they don't eat.
We had a bit of rain.
It's been a real terrible shock to us in our old age, because all your working life you having money taken off for some policy or the other, and thinking you'll sit back on the veranda one day and enjoy the little bit of your hard work. And when you resign, you just get told all the zeros have been taken off and not a cent. So here you sit and there's no joy. We look forward to getting the parcels because there's always something in there that we haven't got, either coffee, extra toilet roll, a candle, a matchstick. It's also welcome because you just haven't got a way out.
Homes in Zimbabwe spends over £100,000 a year on fresh fruit, vegetables and eggs, and £80,000 a year on dried and tinned foods. These are purchased in South Africa and distributed by teams of unpaid volunteers to up to 500 people in desperate need. In Bulawayo, volunteer Leslie Hunt monitors all the dried goods and organises their purchase and distribution.
Yes, that's very good. What we'll do is we'll put in an order. Let's try and get that order off this week.
Yes. Okay.
And I think with a bit of luck.
And then hopefully it'll get across the border before the Christmas bottleneck.
Yeah. I mean, I went into the homes and realised that they were actually starving to death. They had no food whatsoever. We decided to start a trust fund where we could bring in food for these people so that they wouldn't be starving anymore. And HIZ came into it and have been a big sponsor of ours, where they donate a lot of the food that we take to the homes.
Oh, all right. Old-fashioned music. Yes.
Old-fashioned.
Most of the people who live in the residential homes have no family. The few who do get help from relatives spend the money on the escalating cost of frail care. Without Homes in Zimbabwe, the homes could not afford to feed their residents.
I don't know what they give me.
Anna is almost blind. Until recently, she was also destitute and starving.
Before I came here, I didn't even have a blanket to keep me warm. Now I have people who really care about me. It's wonderful.
Her luck changed when she came here to Melford Farm Community Trust near Harare. It's home to 21 elderly people who would otherwise have nowhere to live and nothing to eat. Since Homes in Zimbabwe started supplying Melford Farm with fresh vegetables, fruit and eggs, there have been no deaths in the village.
If you look at them, they are very healthy, and we really appreciate what Homes in Zimbabwe is doing.
Every Wednesday in Harare, fruit, vegetables and eggs are delivered from a local farm to a central point. They're offloaded and exactly the right quantities are assigned to each residential home by his representative, Marion Footer.
Onions and carrots.
Then the volunteer drivers deliver it to the homes.
Altogether, I look after 22 homes. We do this every week, and this is the fresh produce that we give to each home. Vegetables, fruit, eggs and meat.
It's lunchtime at Fairway's home in Harare. The food today, like every other day, is on their table, thanks to the generosity of Homes in Zimbabwe's loyal supporters.
It is absolutely wonderful that from what we receive in non-perishable goods, in foodstuffs, in the way of foodstuffs, from HIZ. Without them, we just don't know what we would do. They really are angels of mercy for us. So without that outside help from you at HIZ, you know, it's just too awful to even think about.
With frequent power cuts that can last for days, boreholes driven by electric pumps are often the only source of water. That's why Homes in Zimbabwe also provides fuel for generators at a number of residential homes. Zimbabwe may not always be headline news, but for the elderly in Zimbabwe, every single day is a crisis. Homes in Zimbabwe is a vital lifeline, but to meet current needs, it must raise a minimum of £27,000 every month. That's why I'm asking for your help right now. Please make a donation and know that every penny goes a very long way. Homes in Zimbabwe spends no money on advertising and meticulously monitors the purchase and distribution of the food to ensure value for money and security.
These people have seen their pensions evaporated, their savings disappear, and they are in desperate circumstances. So I applaud all the excellent work that Homes in Zimbabwe has been doing, and I encourage you to give generously. Thank you.
Your gift really will go towards saving a life.
Wakey, my love. Let's go for a walk.
You can give by logging on to hiz.org.uk. Better still, please set up a standing order and help us to ensure that we can continue our vital work. Your support means a lot to us and everything to those we look after. Thank you.
I don't think we could have done it on our own here. And may God bless you people tremendously from each and every one at PS Beyond for the contribution you're making, your consideration and your love you have for each one of us. That plate of food means a lot to us.